What's up, everybody? Happy hump day. First, let me start off by saying rest in peace to LGP Qua. My heart goes out to this young man's family. And you know, it's a bad look on my hometown and in my city, where I grew up at. This young man lost his life over a chain. Sitting in his car, someone walked up, unalived him, and took his chain. A young brother who decided to turn his life around and be an example in the streets of Philadelphia for young brothers who unfortunately have lost their way. The voice of the people, the voice of the young people. You understand what I'm saying? And when I tell you it be your own people, this is exactly what I'm talking about. And when I say I'm tired of niggas, this is what I mean. When I tell you that there's a problem in the black community, this is what I mean. Cannibalism. This young man lost his life, and unfortunately his mother, my prayers go out to his family, trying to be a voice, trying to represent things that are positive. And this is what happens. Unfortunately, he lost his life in the same neighborhood he grew up in. And our problem seems to be white versus black, which is complete and utter bullshit. Again, this was no white man that gunned down this young boy. It's black on black crime. And when it comes out, I want to see the outrage. I want to see the riots. I want to see the marches. I won't see it. But here's a perfect example of why we're seen the way we're seen. Because of the cannibalism in the black community. I'm tired of niggas. If you don't want to be around you, what makes you think white America wants to be around you? I don't want to live in a community where every day I got to worry about things of this nature. And I'm not saying that this can't happen anywhere in America, because it happens all over America. And therein lies the problem. And our leaders, our people with platforms, you know, outside of a shout out to his family, they're not speaking on these things. I won't mention no names. They know who they are. You see, because they got a certain conversation that they need to stick to, because they don't want to mess up their bag. So talking about such things as black on black crime in the black community is not on their agenda. We gotta do better. You know, it's time for a definite change. And we can't overcome because we hate each other. And we can't understand why white America hates us. That's the problem. When you turn on the television and you see such savagery in the black community, you want to know why white America thinks of us as the way they think of us, or why we continuously get treated the way that we get treated. Take a look in your own backyard. Take a look at the things that we sweep up under the rug on a daily basis because it's normal. You understand what I'm saying? Take a look at that. You know, I saw the other day where there were people saying that even in the Hinton case, you know, what he did was justified and all kinds of foolishness. We a fucked up race, man. And I can't put it no simpler than that. We're a fucked up race. And I ain't talking about all of us, because all of us ain't the problem. But you know the saying, one bad apple. Y'all know the rest. It's cliche, but it's true. Because we're judged by what people see on the regular. You know, I had a man say to me one day, a white man, you know, "You're not like the others." And as much as that stung, you know, I had to think about that. Exactly what is this white man saying? Well, I knew what he was saying. And at first I wanted to be pissed off about that statement. And you know what? He was right. But what he don't know is I was one of the ones that he was talking about. You know, it was a time in my life where I didn't give a shit neither. But as I grew older and I continued to grow and mature, and I tried to find out why I was the way that I was, you know, I had to stop making excuses for my bullshit and hold myself accountable for the things that I was doing. You know, and now that I can see that I was contributing to the narrative, excuse me, it's sad to see that a lot of our OGs out here turn a blind eye to exactly what's going on in our black communities. And it's sad to say that a lot of our people are going to die exactly where they were born. And that's a problem. Now, I can sit here and say, that this young man made some money. He should have got up out of there, and this wouldn't have happened. There's a whole lot of scenarios that I could probably come up with. The bottom line is, we are too busy fighting over black versus white in our communities to take a deep look at what the actual root of the problem is. And it ain't white America that's causing our youths to act this way. Y'all have a good day.